All right. It says we're live. All right, you guys.
It lies.
Oh, yeah.
Realize that it is Thursday night for us and Friday morning for Kevin. So it is that time again. It is RC Drift Talk, that we're the show that we talk about RC Drift Talk. Wow, that was redundant. And do all that fun stuff. Calendar stuff, RC stuff, really weird, interesting engineering stuff. We've got Kevin in the house today, and it's going to be deep thought, big brain topics, probably. Or things that we haven't even thought of.
If you don't get confused at some point in this episode, then you're not paying attention.
For example,
Yeah.
Just before stream started, we were talking about asymmetrical setups for drift tracks.
Why not?
Now everyone's gonna be like, "Yo, let me try that."
Well, last
telling you,
time,
Asymmetrical on a rear A arm, that's where it gets really bonkers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Make them
last
both
time we were talking about chassis active aero, like wheels and full body body stiffeners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Aero is a thing, definitely. And I can tell you, even between the two prominent like ReveD chassis or ReveD bodies right now, like the difference between the GR86 and the Supra is the windshield placement. One works better on big fast tracks. One works better on smaller, tighter tracks.
So you mean like fore and aft, basically?
Basically, because the GR86 windshield is more forward,
Yeah.
basically on any track that you can get a decent amount of speed, you'll have a little bit more forward grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, pushing
Yeah,
the
weight balance.
yeah, it's pushing the weight, further forward.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I feel like the
Chassis
Supra
stiffeners
looks
are-
more. Looks like it generates more downforce, anyways.
All right, so this is a new tip, a new thing. What if we just do like a small spoiler right here on the front of the hood to like catch some air and push down on it?
I'm pulling from the buggy side.
Christino does that, dude.
Actually, yeah, front wings and stuff.
Oh,
Um, I was gonna say on the GR, I don't know if you guys run like the canards, the standard ones, and then like I don't know if you've noticed like on mine, on some of the other ones, like we've actually trimmed the canards so that it doesn't have like it has the front piece, but it doesn't have like the side winglet, and so that helps with the catching the air when you're going sideways.
Yeah,
Or like Hikaru has the ones on the back.
yeah,
This is what makes me wish there wasn't the production body rule, because then we could make like
you just do whatever you want.
custom, like, spec built for RC drifting shells. That'd be interesting area to explore.
Start doing some wind tunnel testing and
Yeah. What would that look like? Because obviously in
5 minutes
one-to-one drift, there's not really doing that, right? Because it'd be way too expensive. But in RC we could probably afford to like do like a specially designed shell. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
What would that look like?
Well, it's interesting because like on one-to-one drift, like if you look back like in the 90s eras and whatnot, everybody was running big aero wings and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
And then in these days and age, nobody's running a wing.
Yeah. Well, in FD, they don't let you run big wings anymore. So-
Not when there's a fence, basically.
No, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
yeah, so it's going to be interesting topics tonight. We've got Dow already in the this or that thread, like targeting Kevin, so we'll get some very interesting answers.
Wait.
Some of them are food related, some of them are culture related. And just in case, let me go ahead and get that Discord link in here, just in case you guys want to have fun in there. Wind tunnel testing. Wait.
If it works, it works, Albert.
Yeah, that guy in the UK did it, and he had like he put his car on scales and then did the wind tunnel. And
I've seen
that's
like
good.
Temu ad for like a little mini scale wind tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish he would do another video on that and like kind of like test more bodies and other things.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
The thing is, like if you're testing and the car is in line with the wind, it's pretty much pointless.
Bingo.
Yeah. Yeah, you're only going straight. That's all.
Yeah, we're never. When do we ever go dead straight?
Exactly. So it's like unless you're testing it at sideways, and it's like you're not gonna get it. And even then, it's like it depends on how much angle the car has.
Exactly.
It's all as well.
That's what I'm saying. I think it'd be really interesting to see what like a high-end engineering firm came up with for like a drift specific downforce kind of body. Like, what would that look like? It would look pretty weird, I bet.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely.
What if I said the downforce is probably the least of the effect, and the fact that your body's a parachute is more important.
Yeah.
So now it's like streamlined, and I'm thinking of like a very thin, like kind of dome looking thing.
Like a lot of our shells, like we catch a lot of air coming through the bottom.
Yep.
And then depending on how your rear of your car is opened, basically your shell itself is a parachute.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Or like my
you're gonna have
GR curl,
like low pressure areas immediately under the sides of the car.
Yeah, stadium truck guys deal with that. Those things are parachutes. Those are huge bodies, and they just catch air when they're floating down. So
yeah. I think C-Note said he tried to build like a whole floor once, which would be interesting.
Fully sealed.
Yeah.
Flat chat. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Logan, turn your mic up.
Turn my mic up.
Or at least I think so. You're lower than everybody else.
Well, actually, I mean, so Yokomo did a long time ago with the YD2S with the full aero, the full under aero, the sides and all that. Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
I feel like that was such more of a gimmick than anything else.
I can tell you where that one came from,
dude. Yeah,
if you've ever met Buggy-san, he is like super huge into that. He's like the left wing, like far, just crazy ideas. Like he'll tell you to put like aluminum tape on the bottom for like static testing, or like aluminum strip on the wheel, which will help something. But it probably does work to some extent, but I don't know if it offsets like the weight difference.
Yeah,
because it's heavy. I have one on my VW camper van. It's like a project car.
Yeah. It just looks really cool. I run the front one still to this day on all of my cars. Like my main car at least.
Well, and then we have Hector with his like full on carbon fiber thing, right?
Yeah, that's the friggin' that thing is huge.
Yeah, those things are scary.
By the way, guys, we have the number 1 and number 2 of Oregon STC so far in the house.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can go over the comp a little bit.
Hey, actually, since we're touching on that, I was just looking at the RC Drift IO app, and it tells you like our standings basically for like our Oregon region. And if we can just adjust the points that it gives, then it's way easier to update Steve and just the STC.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's a functionality to do that.
Yeah, because right now it has obviously DJ first, me second, and Logan you're third, and Kenny's in fourth. So we need to update the points, and then it'll switch you and Kenny.
Yeah, you can like if he sets it up right. Oh, he did do it.
Are you looking at it?
Yeah. So Judd must have made that. So it must be just doing the points wrong. Yeah. So if he fixes that, it'll do it all right.
I also noticed that all of our points changed because last time I looked, I had like 1180, and now I have like 1190.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think he's still kind of editing.
I think
the algorithm and stuff.
Well, I think as people are now getting ranked, it's adjusting my points when I lose or beat them. And so
yeah,
pretty cool. Either way, I like it.
It's like for us looking at points right now is a little bit awkward because there's no data.
No, exactly.
But it's cool. Yeah. Anyways, DJ won his first SDC round.
Yeah.
He won a couple our CDF rounds last year, but this is his first like big SDC win, which is sick. Congrats to DJ.
Wait, you never gotten first in SDC yet?
No,
I don't think so.
What?
It's mainly just thirds. And
I think only like me and you and Justin have won.
No way.
SDCs.
Jake, no way.
There's no way.
I know.
I've been on podium, which I mean, I think it was just like second or third, but never at the top dog spot.
I think it's literally just me, you, and Justin are the only people who've won SDCs. I mean, going back to a certain time, like obviously there's a season there before me and DJ were around that I don't know about, but
during that one, I think the very first one, 23, was like Neil. I think James got one, and then
But DJ got his first win. Yep. You obviously took second, Jake, and then our boy Kenny came in third, and
Logan got TQ. It was sick.
I got TQ in fourth.
Put down a really good, solid run.
And apparently, there's this thing about wearing sunglasses.
I was trying to get everyone to wear sunglasses the whole time, but none of them would do it. So
it was so bright in there, dude.
Hey, that makes it easier for me for pictures and for video. Speaking of which, if you saw the stream on Saturday, did you like it? Were you creeped out by the weird color thing that I was trying to do? I was trying to color key, and it made like Logan's beard transparent.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I noticed the pictures were like you could see right through our faces.
Like Jake looked like a really scary clown at sometimes. So that's fixed.
We'll figure that out.
I just need to come up like the Friday before, and then just work on it on a Friday night.
Yeah. But I think using the app went really well, and I think the stream having the overlay from the app also was really good.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, exactly like that.
I think it helped simplify, kind of clean everything up, and keep the audience kind of more in tune to what's going on. So
I mean, that's the biggest thing when I'm watching a comp is I want to see the bracket, and they never show it, and then the one time they show it for 2 seconds, I'm not paying attention.
Exactly. Yeah.
It made it so much easier for me because like I didn't have to type any names.
Yep.
Right. I didn't have to mess around with like any of just the OBS stuff. It's all done for me.
Yeah, I know there's something of that Drift.io is also incorporating.
It is Drift.io.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah,
it's sick.
I'm a fan. It's good.
Yeah, huge fan.
Yeah,
I wish we had adopted it a long time ago.
Yeah, well, honestly, yeah.
So I'm gonna throw a question out there because I knew about Drift.io way back from Ryan in the UK side. What are your thoughts on the driver ratings and driver rankings, that concept?
So here's I've thought about this a lot over the last few weeks. I think it does have like anything like this has a potential to increase like toxicity. Just because people see numbers and take that for 100% fact, and I think in reality, it's just a tool to kind of give you a rough gauge of where you're at. It's not going to ever be 100% accurate. And, everyone needs to realize that just because somebody is ahead of you or below you on the ranking, it's not a 100% for sure that person is a better driver than you. It just means that certain circumstances in the way they've driven in certain competitions has resulted in that being the number. But it's cool. It's fun. I think as far as running a comp, it definitely is a huge improvement over anything that anybody else has been doing before. Like, throwing people that have never used sheets before or Excel sheets before into that stuff is chaotic and potentially catastrophic. Making it really easy for anyone to pick it up and do that kind of thing. It's less work for the track owners who are already really busy on a day where they're having a comp. It's better for if you are doing a live stream or even if you're just showing, the app. The drivers in your event are going to have a much better understanding of what's happening, what their scores are, what their battle looks like. It's a lot easier for them to access that information.
So I like it from the on day and like the overlay and the track function. My two concerns that when I was talking with like Ryan about this, one, I'll present two scenarios. So we'll take like Hikaru, RCDC #1, and he goes into an event and like we were doing like the Junta Cup just after RCDC, and that was just a wacky fun event. like non-serious.
Exactly.
But if that event is considered ranking,
yes,
that changes the feel. Like he
Like a
literally
comp.
showed up with just like his fun car.
Yeah.
And then the other one is what happens in a situation when a driver says, I don't want my points and records or profile recorded.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are the two scenarios that I think it adds some complexity to it, along the side with the obvious one where like different regions have different styles, different skill levels. Like I'll use Dubai for instance. Like our Dubai is not anywhere near that capacity or that skill level that you would see at like your major US drift environments. So does a win in Dubai or the GCC, does that constitute the same weight as winning at like say SoCal?
Yeah. I think for now everything is all kind of the same. If it's a rated, right now you can control in your tournament when you create it if it's rated or not. If it is rated, then anything that's rated has the same weight.
Yeah.
But they are developing a system to sort of grade a tournament so that if we want to do our Tandem Tuesday rounds on Drift.io and have them rated, they're not necessarily going to carry the same weight as our SDC rounds. Or like you said, if you're having a fun comp, it's going to be up to the tournament creator to set what level that is, I think. So I definitely agree with you there. Like, if someone is going to show up to a fun comp, but then they know it's rated or ranked, it's the same way in Call of Duty, right? Like, you don't necessarily, if you're trying to chill and you just want to, hop on some games with your friends, you don't want that to affect your ranking, right? You want to be able to easily choose. So I definitely, there is some something to address there for sure. And then same with the it's just same with like, as a track or as an event, there should be some kind of system to say, this is just like a low level. Like if we had a beginner comp, say we wanted them to still be able to earn points, but it's not going to count for, the same level that an SDC round or a bigger round would.
Yeah,
I think
it's a step in the right direction
for sure.
It'll take time to, I think, evolve, and I think, as I said, with more data, I think this will turn into something. I think what you say is very valid too. It's just, I think in a previous conversation we also had like focusing too much on competition, and losing that kind of like that grassroots, like, hey, let's like train up and like drift kind of thing.
That's hard. It's hard because, speaking from experience, one of the things that gets you more noticed in the world of RC drift is doing well in comps. So
absolutely,
it's kind of a motivation for a lot of us, but at the same time, you kind of wish it didn't have to be that way.
Speaking from like your track up there in Portland, do you see more of the community like comp focus, or is like more of the community just kind of like chill, let's go have fun, hang out in the clubhouse?
Chill.
Yeah, we have a pretty big group of people that are just kind of to have fun, and then a small portion of those people are like, oh, I'll comp, but they're not really that serious about it.
I think a lot of people comp just because that's what we're doing that day.
Yeah, they just kind of
concerned about.
Honestly, we're pretty lucky. We have very supportive people up here, no matter what we're doing, and so that's the biggest thing right there. It's like they know, like half of them know, they're like, oh, they're not that great, but they're still going to come and do it to kind of support and have fun and whatever. So it's great, but. Yeah,
I know
we definitely have some people that are hardcore focused on that.
Yeah. There's like, I would say there's like probably 8 to 10 of us that are like heavily like, comping is our main thing. And as much as we love party laps, chill, absolutely would never give that up. The main focus is always comp.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
My mic has been down for a bit.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, so they make me compete, you guys. It is against my will.
Yes.
But I still compete.
Lance raises a good point. To have a good event, you want as many people as possible, but at the end of the day, only 3 of them are going to get a result that they like out of that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we appreciate everyone for showing up and letting us.
I'm not gonna lie. When I comp, I'm just a placeholder. Hopefully for one of my teammates.
hopefully battle with your teammates.
Hopefully not battle one of your teammates, right?
No. We had I think it was like Thai RCDC like 2 years ago. Like we had a pretty significant number of the RCO Asia team in, and then in that particular bracket, like Lux fought nothing but RCO drivers all the way up to like the semifinal.
Wow.
It's funny how
Not that we had to do
it.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good stuff. Oh, here's another one. What are your thoughts on that new Futaba knuckle servo thingy?
Yeah, we've talked about
Oh, we
this a
talked
bit.
about
Yeah.
Okay.
That is so complex, but I'm so for it. Like, why not? You know,
Yeah.
like, let's get weird.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna I don't think it's gonna be the new, you know, but
No.
I think it's definitely something that people are gonna play with and have fun, and there's
Quick-
definitely some advantages.
Quick take on it. I think it's really cool and I think it's fun. You can probably do crazy stuff with it, but as far as a competition setting, I don't see it even being allowed in competition. And we do have to draw a line between driving our cars and like just programming a robot to run the drift track.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that it probably starts at having 2 servos.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
if-
Like I want to try it.
I think the 2 limitations. One, I talked with like Hayato about it. Like the one limitation that I see is the actual torque on that servo, just being because of the way it's mounted, and then of course the durability.
Mhm.
But if the
It doesn't have a
software
servo
side-
horn.
No. Well, you don't get the mechanical leverage that you get
Exactly.
with traditional
Exactly.
setup. But I think I think it'll probably be third party. If you get a third party software that can control it and not the Futaba side, I think like the options are like limitless. Like if you could have like, basically you'd have to have like almost like a gyro for each servo, and if
Yeah.
one could detect what one tire is doing and then compensate the other tire independently,
Yeah.
I think you get some really wild like AVCS mode will be like the new king.
Yeah.
Just turn the car right.
Yeah. I
Go.
mean, yeah. If you have 2 servo controlling each tire, then basically your suspension geometry limitations disappear. Like
Yes.
the whole reason that people design the chassis the way they do disappears, because then you can ignore the entire dynamic, geometry of the steering input. So now you're in La La Land. I mean, there's not even a chassis that exists that is like designed with that in mind. But if there was, like, yeah, you could do insane things.
Yeah, that's something to keep an eye on for sure.
I think
Speaking
it's
of
fun.
it-
Like I said, there's a certain point where like we're just grabbing our transmitter and pulling the trigger, and the car goes around the track, right? Like we need to keep some skill in it.
Well, you say that because in the GCC and in Dubai, like one of like the big RC, I guess the RC divisions is like RC like drag racing, and that is like they don't even watch where the car goes.
Right.
It's literally just a trigger pull, and then that's it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's,
They hope it doesn't
yeah.
run into the wall.
Yeah. Hope you make it out alive.
yeah.
we have a lot of sand going in that direction.
Yeah.
So, pretty okay.
I get that.
When I first saw the dual servos, though, it reminded me of Scale Magic when he did 2 gyros, 2 servos on one of his car
Yeah,
and programmed them individually. That was pretty cool. But again, you have, steering linkage and all that. It's not direct.
Yeah.
yeah. That's the interesting thing, is that it's straight on the knuckle.
Yeah.
Like
but I
I
am
said,
curious how much they're going to cost, though. This, like,
Oh yeah, they're gonna be crazy.
yeah.
They're gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I think they'll have to be like
Yeah, a little bit.
sold as a matched set too, like because that'll just make everything easier.
Yeah.
Or you're setting up like your center
Well-
point on 2 different servos.
Yes and no, but I mean, imagine like you break one, then you got to buy a whole set, and then you got 3. And then,
Yeah, that's awkward.
yeah.
The match set just said price went up.
Yeah.
So I wonder if hopefully they would be made so that would it be possible to make them so that they're reversible? Basically, you can put it on either side. I don't see why not.
But because you don't need a steering
KPI would
rack,
be the
right?
one. No, KPI would be the stopping point on that. Because if the knuckle had a KPI on it and you flip it upside down, then it's backwards.
Yeah.
It does work. I've tried that in the past, but.
Hey Hector, how you doing?
So speaking about like old tech that has been out for a while, what are your guys' takes on that 380 motor?
It depends on what car for me.
I have no issue with it. I mean, I've been primarily running 380 motor since they came out, basically with the Merv.
Okay.
I'm running an Agile right now just because I haven't decided what transmission I want to use on my new car, but it's not been a limiting factor. I ran a 380 at SDC Worlds last year, and it was not an issue.
Yeah, because it's not yours, and you
It was yours, and
you just cranked it
I
out.
damn near melted it, but whatever. It worked. It still works.
I haven't tried it since. I don't know.
It works allegedly.
It's funny. It's like on one tune. So we'll say like my main MC3 Kaiju tune, the 380 doesn't work because it doesn't have the torque that I need to sit the rear end. But
Yeah.
From what I can tell on like the TTO2 and the GRKs with the inline, I think it does have a significant advantage because you don't normally get that squat effect anyway, so you get the weight savings.
Yeah.
But I have it on an RD2, like a base RD2,
Mhm.
and the thing just screams around the track.
Yeah.
Like, but
That's
it's
the
using
one
more of
thing-
that kind of like low
The one
throttle.
thing I say I miss it would be the inertia that you have in a full size rotor. It doesn't have the ability to squat the chassis as hard as a big motor would. But you're also saving like 100 grams if you do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran one in my GRK5 for a little bit, and I really liked it. The weight savings helped out a lot, and I was able to move some weight around and kind of make the car better. But it just felt like underpowered because I was running a 13.5, and then I went to a 10.5, and it was better, but still,
Yeah.
lacking that punch though, like you were saying. So
Yeah.
Interesting.
yeah,
Just collecting
like
data.
them. Yeah, I like them. I don't, especially at our track. Like at our track, I don't think you're gonna miss the you're not losing anything. At Super G, maybe, but
yeah. I currently have one in my LP, and I really like it a lot. So
yeah, I'm sure that's sick.
perfect.
I'm just looking through the this or that thread.
This or that time? It could be this or that time.
Oh, do we want it to be that? This? No,
Yes,
hold on.
throw it.
Go talk about something else first, and I'll get it ready.
Okay. Oh, here's one for you guys. Anybody looking at any of the international tournaments this year?
I
think
was.
these guys are.
True. I mean, given the current flight situation and fuel prices, probably not on the radar. But
yeah, things have been changing. Yeah, but I would like to. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, gas.
Just saying,
is-
if anybody's come out to this year, World TDC is back in Thailand, and then just before World TDC is the last round of the Thai RCDC, so it's like 2 for 1. And then of course Thai RCDC is also at the same venue, same tires, so it's a great kind of like tuning option for World TDC.
Yeah,
And it's Thailand.
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. That would be cool. I don't think I have any international travel except for to Canada this year
Just because we can drive there.
Ooh.
because we could drive there.
Yeah,
Which side of Canada?
BC,
You going on?
our side. Yeah.
So I think I'm allowed to hint or drop this. We should be doing a ReveD event. I think June, July, August, something like that, on East Coast side.
Quebec.
Elite, I think, is where we're targeting.
Yep. Are you guys gonna also hit the tracks like New Jersey, stuff like that? I forget what that track is called.
Oh, the Alex's track out there.
RC.
I'm not sure if we're passing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's RC City or RC Key City or something like that, and then there's another one that we went to. I don't know if we're going back through the US side or we're just going to be up there in Canada.
Yeah.
But I know we've got UK next month. Fingers crossed, depending on travel logistics and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then then Canada, and then of course FCC.
Oh yeah,
trying to convince Aso to bring some of the heavy hitters.
he should. Yeah.
I've heard that they're kind of against that idea, but I think they should.
Well,
I
but
can tell you the. Go ahead.
that's like for competition, right? Not necessarily for exhibition matches, right?
Yeah.
So here's a very Japanese take on ReveD's involvement in SDC. So this actually carries back to last year. So I remember talking with Asa when I said, "Are you going to send Hikaru or Akira or any of the big team?" And his take was very Japanese in the sense that he said he wants SDC to remain a U.S. Drivers' Championship.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to see SDC becoming like a mini RCDC.
I think we had that
So that-
conversation in Texas,
Yeah.
actually, because I remember this. I think we were,
Yes.
yeah. Yep.
But then I kind of sprinkled on top of Hikaru. I was like, you've won World TDC, you've won RCDC. If you get SDC, you'd be the first Triple Crown.
Exactly. That's exactly. I said the same thing. I was like, I hope he comes because he could be the first one.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I appreciate that them wanting to protect us, but we like bring it, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'd much rather have the opportunity to battle them than to and get stepped on than just for them to be like, nah, it's not worth it.
100%. That's why I'm like, I don't care that I lost against Hayato. I was like, that was a dream battle right there. I mean, honestly, it's
Plus, you never know, dude. I might beat you. So
Yeah,
you can be
exactly.
scared if you
You never
want.
you never know. Anything can happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, SDC provides a nice variation too, because it's a different, we'll say different style and different judging.
Yep.
And so like RCDC has a very last year, I don't know, a lot of people know, like RCDC through your qualifying, you have a progressive judging style, meaning that if you ran the exact same run in quali 1, 2, 3, your score would go down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because basically they say is like, so if those that have been to RCDC will know this statement. I think it was Alfredo asked it last year, or not last year, the year before. Somebody in the group asked like the judges during the group drivers briefing, like, what do you want to see? And the answer was, you are all professional drivers. You show us. And so what happens is like quali 1 in RCDC, everybody's trying to figure out what the judges want. And so like what some people may not know or understand, like when it was Ryu's quali 2 run and he just suddenly his score just jumped way super high, that's because he unlocked a part of the track. So between like zone 4, zone 5, the way that the aggressiveness and the way that he threw the car and the commitment to that, all of a sudden everybody realized, okay, there's like a big points grab over there. Justin and Dow, they unlocked the first one, which was normally nobody figures out like the point system until like quali 2, quali 3. But in quali 1, Justin and Dow both managed to carry like really nice angle through zone 2, zone 3. And all of a sudden, like all the Japanese drivers were put on point. It was like, oh, we got to run more angle through these corners to get points. So like Justin, I think was like with like a 78, and then Dow was slightly above that. Those two were holding like top 10 for like more than half the day.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Dude,
like,
Dow showed up. Yeah, I was like,
I was super impressed by Dow.
Yeah. I was like, if
It's
he
like,
could drive like that in
Okay,
SDC,
buddy.
God damn.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
So like playing Mastermind, but with RC cars.
Yeah.
Very
I
much.
I like
very
that.
much so. And that's also why you see like tons of spotters and like a lot of comms and communications. Is because everybody's trying to like decipher this code.
Yeah.
And of course, by the time you get to like quali 3, it's like if you don't throw, like put an example, like ReveD. Okay, so behind the scenes, ReveD was kind of shitting pants as we got into Q3 because the cars were set up differently. When I remember talking with Put, he was just like, "What do we do?" And I was like, "Run as much angle as you can through 2 and 3, and then on zone 4, zone 5, just run the normal Thai style." Thai style being just like this somewhat almost aggressive and uncontrollable kind of like reverse entry. And when he took off in quali 3, through zone 2, zone 3, he bobbled the car. Like there was like a slight error, and I was like, oh, that's not good, because we were already outside of the battles. But then when he got to zone 4, like I would say he sent it equally as hard as almost as like Ryu, and was managed to grab a couple points back, and then managed to make it up there. So
watching all the qualifying, that really shows you like, man, you think you did a good lap at home, you can't have any type of bobble or anything at RCDC and expect to get into the top 32. Like, you have to be 100% perfectly smooth, no adjustments, commit to your line, never change, hold your angle, like nothing. You can't have nothing and expect to make it in the top 32. It's crazy.
That's the Japanese criteria is, I mean, rightfully so, is to that level, but it's fun to watch, because like even like through zone 2, 3, going from like quali 1, 2, 3, we couldn't figure out the line. Like, was the line to like throw high angle, stay out along the edge and then brush, or was it to throw and then allow the car to come inside and then float back to the outside to maintain speed? And then it was like, which cars could actually maintain the speed and then have enough angle at the edge. So the one thing about like RCDC, that surface, that PMAT surface, is like complete opposite to P-tile.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's P-tile, we have, depending on the tire, you have some kind of like heat generation component. So you have the ability to kind of accelerate the wheel spin, grab a little bit more grip, that kind of thing. On PMAT, it's the opposite. You don't want to do that. Like, it's actually heat management. Like, if you put too much heat in the tire, your car won't brush because it'll pull off the wall.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
it's already so much more grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never even thought about that.
Like, no, we're running crazy like hammer angles on that track too, because the way the
yeah. Because I mean, I obviously knew that PMAT was way faster, but like I never thought about the concept of like trying not to heat up your tires too much because it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I think that's what caught the battle against Hikaru and Rio. I think that's what caught Rio, because Hikaru's car is naturally quick. The RDXs are. And I think he managed to get Ryu to like take the bait and run with him. And so you could hear, those of us that were there, you could hear Ryu's car, like the motor was a little bit, you could hear us just running a little bit harder. And then when Hikaru ran that flick and then switched across, and Ryu's car just gripped up and went straight into it. So, and there are games. I mean,
take all that stuff I said about qualifying and then multiply it, because you're driving on a much grippier surface than you ever do.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's kind of cool having both Justin and Dow in chat while we're talking about this.
Yeah, I know, right?
And so for all of you who don't know, Justin right now is Crimson Drifting RC Vlog. He's got some fun projects that he's working on, so keep an eye on his YouTube channel coming in the future.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
There is a CAD rendering.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what he's got cooking up.
And then he's gonna be on sometime in May 14th, 15th, somewhere around there. I literally just talked to him about it.
No, he's got
14th or the 21st, one of those. Anyway, so if you guys have questions for Kevin, throw them up in chat. I'm gonna throw this one up right now. Kevin, this is directed to you from Dow, and this is a vote for before or after desserts, before or after the main course. So 1 is before, 2 is after.
Can we get an option 3, dude? A little bit of in the middle. During.
So
Dow did not discuss that.
Generally, dessert is kind of like what Jake was saying. It's kind of like
mixed it in,
like a kind of a middle kind of mix in.
Yeah.
However, it's very common to order dessert, especially if you're with Hayato, right at the beginning of the meal.
That's crazy. I've never, ever been even asked about dessert until after I'm done. Usually in America, they ask you after you're done eating if you want dessert.
Yeah.
Oh, when we in Japan, especially when we're at the restaurants where you're ordering from the tablets, So that's one of the things. Like a lot of like restaurants in Japan, you'll be ordering from like tablets and as you go. So it's not uncommon when I'm eating with like Matsu. It's just like the first thing that arrives is like ice cream with cream or.
Yeah,
that's why you can't beat that out though, dude, because he's an hour ahead of you, dude. You're thinking about the battle. He's thinking about dessert later.
Yeah, exactly. Poutine for dessert. Oh man, heck yeah.
I'm sure there's a sweet poutine out there somewhere.
Probably terrible.
I think that the proper answer is any time is allowed for dessert.
Yeah.
Because normally after we finish meals, we go to mini stop, which is like, are you aware that there are like 4 different like 7-Eleven type restaurants or like establishments?
Yeah.
So like one is mini stop, which I don't think you really see outside of Japan, which is like dessert specific. Like that's our dessert specific go-to little convenience store. So more Wagyu.
Okay, let's answer this question real quick by Mega Jailbreaker. I'm gonna say no. I would get a different chassis than an MD1 LTS.
Yeah, I think in this day and age, there are better options if you're coming from a YD2S Plus.
Yeah,
like an SD.
Like SD is like a super solid.
Would be good.
Yeah. SD, RDX, either or, like great chassis.
I mean, but it depends on the situation, right? Because if he's running outside, just go get an RER.
Do you want an LTS? I mean, that's here. We'll wait for you to answer that. Do you want an LTS?
The thing with LTS,
that because we have a Yokomo. Is the MD just a recycle bin of ideas and parts?
Yeah,
I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the room, dude.
I've been saying this for years, dude. Yokomo just finds a warehouse full of parts and like, what can we make?
We gotta get MD1 came out with the ball joint. I was like, that's really interesting. Oh, that's on their touring cars.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, can you blame them? That's what I would do.
No,
you want
but
a weight shift.
You want a weight shift, buy an RER. And not an LP.
Well, that's the thing. Like, how many LTS branded chassis have you seen people driving that aren't weight shift?
Legitimately, like the best LTS, I think, is just like the Yokomo one that they made. Like that, out of the box, that's the best one I've seen. But also, there's not really a lot of LTS out of the box kits either. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you want weight shift, you can definitely do a cool weight shift build with that MD1 LTS you're talking about. And so if it's accessible and whatever, then that'll be fine.
Yeah, Yokomo SD1 LTS. That's just buy that.
The SD1 is weird. Like I could never get past the aluminum chassis, but
then you think
driving outside, dude.
Yeah. Then you think high weight shift, and it makes like more sense to me, like all the stuff.
Yeah.
But yes, I do think that Yokomo was just recycling parts.
All right, so we'll ask a bigger industry question. So this is one that I guess my new role has posed. If in its current lineup, so the RDX is now 2.5, 3 years old. Yokomo is consistently upgrading like the RD2, SD2 kind of platforms.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be. They seem to be very, very small kind of incremental upgrades. OD is still running what we're on version 3.5 of the GLOM, and then of course we got the GRK, which that was the one brand I expected to see like a new chassis from, and then I think they've doubled down now on the HRP stuff.
Yep.
What happens to the industry? And if you think back to like the SD3, the YD2 RX, the YD2 Z era, where we had that lull, where we didn't have any new innovations coming out, how does the industry carry on? I feel like we're kind of getting a little bit stagnant.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of like revisiting some things. Like for the longest time, it was like high motor, high battery, all that stuff. Now it's like low motor, low battery again. And so it's like,
it's like a phase. I think it feels like the industry. Maybe it's just because people are so used to major revolutions in the timeline of RC drifting, coming from counter steer to, the 4-wheel drive stuff, like all through that happened relatively quick. and now we're in a period of like 3 to 4 years of the same kind of two-wheel drive gyro setup. That we're kind of people are expecting something crazy and big and new.
Yep.
But then, they try. I think all the companies kind of tried pushing the envelope a little bit. Now we're just going back and realizing, oh yeah, you know what? The way we thought we should do this is actually kind of working pretty good.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that we're not back to like truly low motor, right? We're just low motor in the aspect of high motor. So
in terms of height, it's like mid, basically.
Yeah, there you go. More mid. Yeah, low would be obviously on the chassis. We're not doing that. That's
no.
Yeah.
Like I think we're back
who knows?
pretty
Next
close to
year?
where the YD2S, like that generation, that transmission.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we could do 5-gear trans too next. That'd be cool.
But I think
Hold
a
on,
lot of it,
like
the lag.
a lot of it too is just the timing of things. Like you can follow with Yokomo, and you can, if you look at like the history of events that have happened in the company, you understand why certain things happen when they did. Like why now that whole what seemed like them pushing out a bunch of stuff every year after year has now slowed down a little bit, obviously because they've changed hands and there's like a lot of changes happening there. And even with ReveD, like, that was the RDX was kind of their first big project. They've been kind of trying to improve upon that over the last couple of years. And I don't know, maybe now they are starting to think about the next era, but I think it seems like they've been trying to really just hone in and make the RDX the best it could be. And so that's just the time period that we're in, right?
Yep.
Can definitely say like the RDX is still evolving, but I think in terms of like where we are, I think maybe things are getting so optimized that things are kind of moving towards the same point.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think everyone is basically just fine tuning their chassis at this point, and before the next like huge iteration of a full kit comes out, I think everyone's just
unless there's some major big change in rule sets or like technology, like it doesn't seem like. Well, I've always said that I think 3D printing and like generative AI, like designed topology optimized stuff, could be the next wave. But outside of that, I think it's at a point like in F1 where you're like in the 6th year of a certain regulation where everybody is all kind of converged on the same design and we know what works. And doing that, so there's not going to be major innovation or changes. But like I said, I think the 3D printing stuff and the AI design, generative design stuff could be the next wave if any of them adopt that. Someone should.
Well, I hope what you're saying is true, but I hope it happens on more of like the individual or like the smaller brands like that can tinker and then join. Yeah. Because I kind of like see where I alluded to like paintball. Like if you take paintball like in like the late 1990s and the 2000s, like you had like brands and then you had all these companies that did like hop-up parts. And it was really cool because everybody was like personalizing their stuff or like different various configurations. And then you fast forward into like the 2010s and the 2020s, it became so optimized that it was you just bought one marker from one manufacturer and the only variation was like color.
Yeah.
And that's where it's been for the last couple of years is like you don't really hop up or tune or you just buy whatever like the latest iPhone S 17, 18, whatever model from that year for the variation.
I mean, you just think back to like all the color iterations of Overdose and all the color iterations from like old GRK, like all the colors.
Yeah. GRK had some crazy ones.
As someone who only likes black stuff, it's very hard for me to get excited about color. Releases. Yeah, same. It's like, don't care.
The issue is like you can never get everything in the color, like, or the color is going to be different, obviously.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, unless they sell the whole kit. In that color as is. Yeah, you're gonna have mixed matched colors.
Yeah,
I think Adam just hit it. We're gonna go from solid colors to like splash anodizing.
Well, yeah.
You heard it here first. Don't take my idea.
Yeah.
There are a lot of prying questions, I'll call them, about looking for new released parts or what we should be looking for ReveD coming out, Kevin.
What's a ReveD scoop?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
What can we say?
I don't think we can say much.
I can say this. They're always developing, they're always researching, they're always working on new stuff. There's always new stuff coming.
New stuff is on the way.
Will there be a 124th, 128th chassis? I think that's a stretch.
From ReveD?
Yeah.
I think no.
Yeah, no way.
No.
Sorry.
Is there any
all the dreams
scale RC drift company that makes a 24 scale?
Yeah.
I mean the I don't know if you've seen the new like little chibi like 3D print shells. Like those are catching on quite
Those are so cool.
Yeah.
I see a question that is it leads me to a different question that is a good question to ask Kevin. Obviously, you, congratulations, have partnered with ReveD and come on their team as I think an advisor, right? But obviously, you have your own business that you operate, RCO. How do those two realities merge, and what does that look like in the future?
So RCO is still RCO, and so RCO is still independently designing, creating, and doing our bits and stuff. And I think he would say like RCO, we focus on like the entire industry, so like all chassis, all platforms.
Yes.
I mean that's what Kaiju is.
Yeah.
The ReveD stuff is, I would say, more on line of a global perspective. So like Asu and I have known each other for quite a while. So a lot of people that may or may not know, I am the ReveD distributor for the GCC for the Middle East. So that's how like our first affiliation. And then of course RCO and ReveD started partnering up. And then last year we did the RCO, ReveD RCO parties kind of thing. And those will continue on this year because we're aligned in that focus. RCO is still, and as I still describe, as kind of like an NGO in the sense that we're not like really a business. Like what we do, we put back into the community or supporting our drivers.
Yes.
The ReveD side, I think I operate more on like the events, logistics, and kind of like an ear to the wider market. So I love telling this story, and it's no slash to Hayato, but I mean, we were having this conversation, and I made a comment. And then the response from Hayato was like, it works really well at Yachio. And I'm like, Yachio is not the world. If you've ever been to Yachio, he is blistering quick on that track. Like, and he's a master of P-tile, but that track definitely doesn't represent like the masses. So we have conversations like, you know, why did the RDX not pick up in the US? Was it due to marketing? Was it due to the stylistic difference? Because like the RDX has a built-in style, and I think it's coming into its own now, because that more of the knowledge is being shared across the world. But you look 2-3 years back, that was definitely not the style in the United States. Because I remember I came to SDC my first year, and me and Jeremy were like, "What is this?" Like we were used to like the big throws and like the snappy angles, and like here we're like our cars won't brush the wall because it's just like this long arc. So for like the ReveD thing, it's like super honored to be on board, of course, and part of the team. And it helps clear up some things too, because I also operate within the ReveD team without like actually having like a formal name or formal title. Like I support like the Thai kids. They were with RCO for a long time before Ryu and Put joined over there. Like this, I still I think one of the confusing points was like at RCDC, like I was on comms for Put, and they're like, why is Kevin RCO talking to ReveD? Put that. So this just kind of clears a lot of the pieces up. But we work in partnership to one another, and at the same time, RCO still is completely separate.
That's beautiful. I think that's ideal, and it's only a benefit to the wider community because it shows a maturity of like ReveD recognizing your value to them, even though you could be seen as a competitor, which I wouldn't even really put you on that level because you can't really modify like what you're focused on is optimizing and letting people be creative with whatever platform they have. So like if you want to build a Kaiju, you got to buy a ReveD something probably, right? Like if you're, you know, so it's not like you're prohibiting sales of their products. It's just modifications and optimizations, but it also like they know you have that background of bringing an idea and a product to a market, but you also spend a lot of time working with drivers and traveling and competing around the world, so that there's value there too. I think it's really mature of both parties to see that value, and obviously it's really cool. And then I think
it's an exciting adventure.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. I think our space, especially in like the RC industry, we're too small to be fighting one another.
Yeah.
True. Like same thing what we talked about earlier with like just, you know, your local scene and like cliques or like, you know, entities that are being restrictive to one another. And it's like in any one community, like if you had a community, like I'll take Malaysia, right? Malaysia is probably the biggest one I know of when you consider it as a community, and they're probably like 120 drivers strong, like active drivers. But if you're talking about like, you know, Thailand or like maybe some of like the US, like maybe like Arizona, whatnot, you're probably talking somewhere around like 30-45 drivers.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you have two factions that want to fight one another and don't want to play nice, and that, like nobody benefits from that.
Yeah.
And so I think the main industry is the same way. Like ReveD, RCO, like all the bigger players, Yokomo, we all realize like if we lose one of them, it's a deficit to like we want to see the GRK. We want to see the GRK.
Well, I think that's just like drifting in general. Honestly, it's like everybody wants to see everybody succeed and grow together. And it's just a different type of a hobby.
That's one of the core concepts of the sport, is that you rely on other people to exist.
Yeah, it's the camaraderie that really.
You cannot enjoy RC drifting if there aren't other people. You will hate it, right? So, and that goes all the way up to the marketing side of it, right? Like all these companies need all the other companies to grow the sport, at least right now, because I think it's getting bigger and it's been growing, but it's also not. It's also still extremely niche. Like you're talking about huge metropolitan areas like LA that only has, you know, 70 people out of millions showing up for an event. So like, that's extremely niche. Any, you know, your aunt's Sunday book club has more than that, right?
Well, I mean, look at us. You know, it's like we got a pretty good group here for the most part, and 17 people show up to do a competition.
Yeah,
but it's like any random Friday we could have, you know, well over 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part for the drift as an industry is we require space, which means there's a pretty significant commercial investment.
Yeah.
But the second part is, unlike buggies and touring, we don't break anything.
That's not
that's
true.
That's real.
We break in comparison, you don't break anything. I mean, really, like
I'll give you this example. Hayato took me out to Yatabe to I'll speak about the ADRC project in a second, but he was showing me buggies, and he let me take his buggy out, and like the first 4 laps, I was like, this is pretty cool.
Oh no!
It's that Thailand internet.
5th lap, I pushed, clipped the wall.
Hold on.
Broke it.
Rewind, Kevin. Rewind.
You got to start.
Rewind in like 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Hayato was showing me, introducing me to buggies, 110 electric buggies at Yatabe. And like the first 4 laps, I was like, I got the hang of this. This is pretty good. And on the 5th lap, I pushed and I clipped corner 1 and I sent it into a wall. And I just completely tore off the rear lower controller. It was like that. Like it was gone. I was just like, man.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was into off-road, it wasn't like, I'm just going to go and hang out, you know, for 6 hours. It was like, I'm just going to drive until I break something and can't fix it anymore. Like, I don't ever break stuff in drift, right? Like compared to off-roader bashing, it's just like, what am I going to break next?
Yeah.
Here we go. Justin will drive for you, Kevin. Let's bring in
the buggies.
Let's bring in an RCO ReveD buggy.
RCO buggies, dude, conversions. Put a GRK trans on it.
Oh shoot.
Dude, Kaiju buggy. Get a TLR front end with the associated rear end and just piss everybody off.
I put an RDX transmission on that thing. It'd be crazy.
I mean, we're not far from that, right? It literally is. Let's put
Why
longer
not?
arms on it.
Why not?
I'm not gonna lie. We actually studied Buggy transmissions in like probably like 1 or 2 months back to see their application to drift.
Yeah.
Because they're very sensitive on where that motor is placed and is it pro squat and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hint.
I think that's a cool exercise because a lot of these things, you know, because we're not fighting tenths, I think a lot of the stuff we just kind of, it's just not as important to us. Like Buggy people are freaking out over half a gram, over a millimeter of CG, movement, over, one stop of setting on a certain steering, in their controller. Like they're super in tune to every little parameter of their buggies.
Yeah.
Whereas we're just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, some of us get pretty into the weeds with it, but I'm not like,
come hang out with us, Logan. You'll see, like in Malaysia, like literally it was my Shibata wing is too heavy.
Yeah, they are. No, that's true though. Those wings are freaking heavy.
Well, it works on my car. It'll work on a slipperier surface / smaller, tighter track.
Yeah.
But when we were in Malaysia and Todak, where we were carrying faster speeds, I was like, I can feel my wing dragging the back of my car out.
Yep.
So then I had to take the wing off, and it was like, I don't have enough weight on the rear now. Then I had to put weight back on the rear. So I was like, God, this is annoying.
Yeah.
Adjustable wing set. That's what's coming next.
Oh man, when I saw you at Todak, I was so bummed because our buddy, we have a local that works for Intel that has been out there in that area for like the last 2-3 months. And he had been going to Todak a couple times, but like you guys just missed each other. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Phil would have been stoked to hang out with Kevin.
That would have been fun.
I think we, as like RC drifting, care just as much as tuning, if not more. Like we have people that are we have people that are tuning by the half a mil of a shim.
Yeah, I do. Anymore, I just do a 0.25 on my steering, and I felt a huge difference. Huge difference. That's all I did. And it changed the
I was going to say the bump steer that we were changing at SDC was 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just a different.
But I can say the RDXs are like, because the whole RDX front end is compressed, so it's tuned in much smaller.
I only have 1 millimeter shims, bro.
Yeah, are you not shimming with 0.1?
I got 1 mils, dude. That's all I'm doing. I ain't touching no 5 half mil shim, dude. Screw that. I don't got time for that shit.
Good times.
I drive once a week, dude.
It's fun, like what we did in Malaysia, like getting like the whole Asia team in. Of course, Put came in with us, and then Jay's over there. Like when you get like no competition and everybody's just kind of like compressed tuning and just benchmarking one another. That's a really fun time. Like that's where I get my shits.
No,
from.
that's true. Yeah, that's
when you
one
can
of my favorite things to do,
up.
especially when we're kind of just in a practice mode. Is just to drive with Jake, and we usually just like our brains just like come together, and it's like I see that Jake's tuning something, and I just stay out and drive. He'll go back, change something, come back, we drive. Same thing. Like let him go back and forth, and then he'll reciprocate, do the same thing. That's always some of the best tuning that happens is when you have someone that's just a solid baseline.
Yep.
So then you can compare and figure out what's going on. Like, are you actually feeling an improvement, or is it just?
That's the biggest thing. You have to drive with one person the whole time while you're tuning, so that you can see if your car is actually getting better or worse, or what. If you're slowing down, going too fast, etc.
Yeah,
and not just anybody either. It has to be someone.
Exactly. Yeah, it's got to be someone you can obviously rely on and trust.
And the other guy can't keep adjusting his car.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at. Is like we notice, like we have that awareness in us where I'm like, oh, he just went back to the pit and then came right back. Yeah. So I'll just leave it and we'll run it and see how it works.
Exactly, Nico. Yep. So Logan and I did that quite a bit.
What I'm hearing is that we need to come up with a top-down projection system and ghost cars.
Yeah.
And
That's what
augmented
I'm
reality glasses
That'll
so
really
you
tell
can
me,
see.
Yeah. Did my car get faster? Oh man.
No, next we're just gonna be wearing our VR goggles and we're gonna see our cars ghosts while we do.
Yeah,
our-
dude, that's what I'm saying. You
Dude,
can tan them with yourself.
Yeah,
you can
AR,
tandem with
AR
yourself.
cars? That'd be sick.
Sick. That'd be so cool.
No, I tell you, the funnest part is like when you're doing the middle of that, and then like Hayato's online, and then he throws some random crazy stuff out. Like you're not 100% sure whether he's just like gonna kind of like sending you in the wrong direction because it's funny, or he's actually meaning like we were doing the setup, and he's like, "What about this spring?" And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? That spring doesn't even fit on the car." And so I spent like 2 hours, like not 2 hours, but probably like in a good hour, like getting that spring, like cutting my ball ends. I was just like, "Oh, I got it on there." I was like, "Oh, okay, it works." And then everybody else is like, "Damn it."
What springs are you running in your car right now, Kevin?
So this was something we like completely missed. Like in, I think it was October, November last year. Hayato was here with us in Thailand,
Yeah.
and we were here specifically working on Put's car. And we all assumed that we were running the same spring setup, which is the RDX blue front and
Yeah.
then the RDX red,
Red, yeah. Red,
the
red.
R-Tune. But when we went back and looked at the setup sheet, this is what, like 5 months later, it's actually running the RDX R-Tune. Oh, sorry, the RDX, the R-Tune PC card.
Yeah, not the RDX R-Tune, just a regular R-Tune.
So like the bronze.
Yes, the regular R-Tune.
Yeah, they're a little bit
No,
longer.
no, not the bronze one. That's the original MC1 TC
Yeah.
spring.
Right.
Yeah,
There's one that sits in between.
Yes. Yeah, there's an R-Tune and then there's an RDX R-Tune.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's R-Tune TC and then R-Tune RDX.
Yes. Yep.
But the R-Tune TC, like, you have to do some shock modification to
Yeah.
get it, like, to get the right height that we
Yep.
normally run at. So yeah, that involves like an X-Acto knife and me trying
Yeah.
not to cut my fingers off.
Yeah.
You mentioned a name earlier that I haven't heard from in a while or seen in a while. You were talking about Jeremy
Yes.
Yoon.
So,
Hmm.
so those that don't know, Singapore has a national service requirement. So
Yeah.
at the age, I think of like 18 or sometimes like 18 and 20, Singaporean citizens will enlist in national. So he's in year 2
Yeah.
into that service. Jonas, our next youngest Singaporean guy, he is now going into
Starting.
service, I think, in the next coming. So Jeremy should hopefully be back in probably end of this year. We'll see.
Sick.
I know he's starting to get out a little bit, so I think he's past like that first year boot camp. Like
Yeah.
initiation.
Like I've been following and I'm seeing he's like
Yeah.
he's getting out, he's driving. So I'm seeing that.
Yeah,
I just miss like, him coming to Super G and stuff. He wants to come on the
He'll-
podcast, but obviously he's got, time issues there. So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Oh
That'd be
man.
sick.
Wait, is that real? There's no way, Dow. Is that real?
no, he's in Singapore.
Okay, I was like, dude, that would be terrible.
I definitely want to do 2 years in Korean right now, not in the current
Yeah.
climate.
Yeah. Man.
So, but no, this year's SDC will be quite fun. Fingers crossed, we will. On the cards right now, Put is scheduled to come back out, and then also hopefully Ryu will be joining us this year.
All right. Heck yeah.
Sick.
Yeah,
He was
I'm
supposed to come out last
Boy,
year.
that'll be confusing.
yeah. I know. Right.
No, it's
Ryu.
Ryu with a U.
Yeah.
It's Ryu with a U.
That won't matter. People will still be confused.
You just gotta look at the
Ryu,
shirts.
Ryu.
Wait, no,
Right.
they're kind of. I mean, they're because they're both red, right? Red and black. A little bit of
True.
white in there.
True.
That's wild.
Yeah, Worlds is going to be a good time this year. I'm really looking forward to that.
World has definitely grown into one of those like must-do events.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
even from the first year that I went to, like you feel that kind of like that vibe and that excitement.
Yeah.
It's just an atmosphere.
So you're a good person to ask, and I think based on what you just said, we already know the question. Are we okay? Is the rest of the world accepting them calling it Worlds, or is it
No.
something different?
I think from the outside perspective, yes, because even before it was called Worlds, like international invites were allowed.
Yeah.
And so like getting into the competition, there wasn't anything prohibiting like an international driver, like Robin or myself.
Yes.
I would probably say I've probably heard more mixed feelings from the US side because SDC was I still is the US national, or considered the US national.
Yes. Yes.
And so,
well, I think that's a big part of why it's changing this year, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna have that quote unquote US national tournament before the actual world tournament.
Yeah, it's all the US driver, or all the regional winners, I think, compete.
Yeah.
Figure out who's basically the best in the US. But Kevin, I have a question for you. How do you feel about them capping it and not allowing basically everybody to get a battle?
For me, that's normal.
Yeah,
because like when we talk about like the international competition, okay, like RCDC is probably the most well known.
Yeah.
You have 120, 130 plus drivers, and 32 get to battle.
Yep.
No questions asked. That's it.
Yep.
World TDC, the format there is we take, I think it's top 32, and then I think it's 16-16. So we don't do upper and lower brackets in there. So like the top 64 drivers, they're going to move into the battle rounds if you're in the top 32 qualifying positions, or if you seeded basically through a ladder series. Oh, did I lose you guys again?
No, you're there. You're good.
Okay, they're moving. Jake is really still.
Yeah, like I'm locked in.
I was like, Jake's not moving. So like the top 32 and the seeded from the brackets, that'll form the top 32, and then the next 16-16 will be in like the D1. So the top one I think is D1, and then you have the World D1 and then Expert.
Okay.
So it's normal for me to see that, and I think it's nice to think that everybody can battle, and that format is a good format. We use that format a lot in our like kind of like smaller competitions, but SDC I think has evolved into that level of competition now, where you're gonna see the best of the best fight.
So that's kind of where I feel like I'm kind of an advocate for both sides of it. Like on one hand, it's like Super G has always been known, and they've always advocated for like everyone is going to get to battle no matter what. And I love that. That's amazing. But at the same time, we're getting to that point now where it's like you kind of only wanted just like the absolute best of the best to battle it out. So it's hard, but I don't know. I like the direction it's going, but it's definitely some added pressure to a lot of people, and that part sucks. But it's part of the competition. So
I mean, I think it's also easy enough for Super G to run two different. Yeah. Like if you want to run like a specific, and then maybe that's where it's headed as it evolves and it gets more popular. So as it becomes more of a destination type of tournament, and it's on the world scale, then maybe you have one that is that more of kind of like that RCDC style, where it's very limited battle format. Everybody's coming in to qualify. It's like mega ultra serious. Yeah. And then maybe you have call it like a major, and that's going to be more of your traditional SDC style. Yeah.
I just don't think Joey and Steve want to do that. I think the idea of two super serious tournaments for them is.
I think they will die. I think they might die. They're already stressed out enough. Yeah,
I think they're stoked with just doing the one.
Like it could turn into a PAX, like a PAX East and a PAX West.
I was so sad that we didn't get Joey's Tacos this year or last year, whatever.
Yeah. So
bummed out, but I understand why. I get it. They're just getting too big.
It's a good problem to have.
I mean,
if it's anything, it shows you the growth, and we've said this for a while. Like the U.S. market has been the fastest growing market in for RC drift. Like the Southeast Asian markets are pretty well established, and it grows and ebbs and flows. But over the kind of COVID,
that kind of follows ballooned. Like one-to-one drifting a little bit. Like it's finally becoming more of a mainstream thing, drifting in general.
But the number of tracks that have popped up in the US, because I remember looking at
it's crazy.
What's the Austin track? The
Dark.
Dark, yeah. I remember seeing their map ages ago, and then recently just looked at it, and it's just like there's not enough space to put a new name. Like it's that full now.
We talked about that with Josh, the RC Drift IO guy, a couple weeks ago.
There are so many tracks over there.
In the UK, it was a similar situation, and it's I think what we're seeing right now, unfortunately, is a little bit of an overcorrection.
Yeah.
For a lack of tracks is now too many people are starting tracks, and it was the same thing. I know you guys would be shocked to hear this, but I'm kind of a beer guy. The brewery scene had the exact same issue where there was like, oh, dude, breweries. Everybody loves breweries. So there's a million breweries now. Yeah. And then like 2 years later, they're like, oh, yeah, half those breweries are closed.
Yeah. That was big in Portland for a bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's like if anything, like capitalist markets like represent, I think what will happen is you will have this kind of like frothing up, and then the ones that are community based, building strong relations with the customers and like really supporting the industry, those will stay.
Yeah.
And so I think we look out like maybe 1-2 years, we'll be in a better place because we will have strong established tracks, people that are really passionate behind it.
The biggest thing is that
not
we just need
a hobby store.
We need to figure out and learn how to keep growing it more and more at a faster rate, because I think that's our biggest struggle right now. Is just how do we get new people into the door? I think car shows are the biggest way we do that right now, but it's tough.
Well, I mean, the car shows definitely help like showcase us, but reality of how many people actually come to the track from seeing us at the car show is like one person per car show of like 1,000+ people seeing us. So it's but I don't know. I like doing the car shows though because it's a lot of fun. We do rentals, let the kids kind of bash them around and have a
make a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
It's a workout trying to corner marshal those cars.
Yeah.
It might also, honestly, it might hurt us having that many rentals. It might just be like a bunch of people that are just like, yeah, that's not for me because I can't do it.
Yeah.
Dude, Genki has a pretty cool idea. Let's do Comic-Con, but let's do Initial D. Like, we'll have the FC, we'll have the FD, we'll have the 86.
You know where we should have a rental situation, and you're gonna hate this, Jake, but at Expo.
Oh,
Model Hobby Expo, because at least those people are like into RC already.
Yeah, we could, but we would have to rent a booth, and it's all not cheap to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think we would make money. I think
I would like the idea of having
a whole weekend doing that.
Exactly. The idea of people that I like to drive with having to man that all weekend is terrible to me.
So Guy did that a couple of years ago. He had rentals, or not even just loaners. Just come up, drive or whatever. And he spent more time just dealing with that. And
that's not what anyone wants to do at Expo.
No, at the Expo, you're just jamming. It's just a huge track. You just party lapping the whole weekend.
Well, we saw that with the last car show too. Like Jake, barely got to run laps.
Yeah, you and Judd barely got.
That's the other thing. It's like we finally got them all in one time. So we started a 10-minute timer. I'm like, okay, cool. I got 10 minutes. I'm gonna go grab a couple laps real quick. And I told Judd the same thing. I'm like, okay, it's your turn. You go drive. But we didn't get to drive together. Beside 5 minutes when we were setting up the track, and that was it.
That's the reality of that is. Car shows are no longer events for you guys to go have fun and drive at.
Yeah. So that's why I like the Expo was like a mini drift to death.
Yeah.
So just gotta hang out and drive.
The car show did bring in quite a bit of money for that.
Rentals
did.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing. That's why I told Judd, I was like, we need to continue to do this and slowly build it up because it's like we can make more money doing that one show than we can make in 2-3 weekends at the track. So
yeah.
Crawler basement is probably a good idea too, though.
Yeah. I don't know. Crawler people are weird, dude. I mean, I did that whole thing before I got it.
Wait, no.
Curious. I know this because before I got into drifting, I was big into comp crawling. And if you're not changing the course, the track, building new things.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Every month, then people get burnt out and they're tired and they won't show up.
Yeah, if you can already go up something, then you're just kind of like, all right, I did that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And it's like half the time you can go outside and drive for free. So it's like, I don't think
literally half the time
worth the reward on that one.
I think you and Lance are both hilarious.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Because we know we were those people. We dealt with
it. But I think the
crybabies.
I think the upside there is that you scumbag them into getting drift cars.
Yeah, hey, we got a crawler course.
Exactly.
But you should drive this instead.
Yeah. We could even. I want to build a drift chassis into a crawler. What if we did that?
I know, right?
They've tried.
No, well, I like crawling. I love it. I do miss it a lot. But some people they just are just odd people. You know.
Well,
I don't know.
You and the other guys are going to a thing, right? Jamboree.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
Jamboree down on Wairika or Eureka, however you pronounce
Is
it.
Vito
Yeah.
going to that?
I don't know. I need to hit him up and see.
Hit
if
him
he
up.
is. He should definitely. Oh, I should definitely hit up Jordan too. They should all go. What the heck? It's
I
like
know he's
crawler-
converted all of Rolling Garage
I
into
forgot.
crawlers.
Yeah.
so.
Okay, Hector, you're still on here, dude. You need to be going to Jamboree. It's May 1st weekend, I believe. I'll get you the
Man.
date.
That'd be a hilarious ultimate way to change over Jamboree. Like
It's
all these
literally
drifters.
Best time. It is so much fun. You can crawl for 24 hours. It's drift to death for crawling.
Golly.
You're gonna have to change the name of Rolling Garage to Crawling Garage, dude.
Crawling garage. Yeah, dude. Love it.
Yeah, guy needed a separate track for demos. Yeah.
Oh, I know that Galen and Josh are crawlers too. Yeah, I need to get up there and hit that place that they go to.
Crawlers. DJ, kickflip.
Oh,
Yes.
that one.
Finally.
He's like,
He's been waiting, dude.
he asked me.
Dude, thank God.
Yeah, he's got a camera set up.
It's okay, dude. Watch. It's gonna
He's
take
like, I was
3
born for
tries.
this, dude.
It's all right. It's
You guys
okay.
realize that DJ has to pick me up to go to the airport in like 6 hours?
No.
Oh boy, I'm not ready for
First
this.
try. Oh no.
I said, bro, it's not gonna happen.
There he goes.
This guy literally fingerboard kick flipped himself onto the overdose team.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like actually.
Actually, yeah, we were in Texas, dude. They were obsessed. It was amazing.
All right.
Yeah, that was fun.
We got any more of this or
Actually-
that? Or
Yeah, we
roasting
do.
to
We've only done one.
Okay, let's do more this or that.
Yeah.
You want to do this or that? Okay, Kevin. Another
There's one in
submission
there I
from
saw.
Dow.
There's one that DJ and I want to do.
Yeah,
oh,
I guarantee Logan wants to do that one. I know I want to do it.
This is an odd one. Onigiri versus bread.
Depends on what country I'm in. That's the answer.
What is
What is
Uh,
onigiri?
Yeah, what is
A
that?
rice
Onigiri is a rice ball.
Oh,
So like simple way is like you think of it like sushi with more rice.
gotcha. All right.
but cooked.
So it's-
for the
Yeah.
Very
sometimes-
easy
sometimes-
choice for me,
Yeah, I'm gonna go bread.
Miko. Very easy choice.
I'm a big bread guy, so.
If I could get a croissant or some
Oh,
rice, dude.
Oh, actually, Logan, I got one of those hot dogs for you. But if you guys want to swing by on your way to the airport, 85-degree hot dog.
Dude, I'm so down.
Wait,
I haven't
85 degree
tried it.
has hot dogs?
Yo, hang
Yes,
on,
sir.
hang on,
They got
hold on.
kolaches,
You
dude.
gotta go get it, dude.
They got like it's a little sausage in a roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think bread gives you more options, and so maybe bread will win overall. But if I'm in Japan, yeah,
You can do a lot with bread that you're not gonna do with some rice.
Look at that, dude.
Dude, I
Oh.
want that thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a kolache.
Little dog.
yeah, kolaches for the win.
Jake, did you guys not get kolaches when you went to Texas, dude?
No.
Oh, you fucked up.
Oh, you missed up. I love that.
Damn, dude, no one told us.
There's a
Look,
kolache
I'm on
place
every
here,
corner.
but it's like ungodly expensive.
I am kind of bummed because I thought Bucky's was gonna be like, that like 7-Eleven where it's on like every single like corner
No.
and like you can just
No,
pull
no,
up.
no.
No,
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
super bummed.
they're few and far
Like-
between because they're like a mile long. They can't just put those anywhere. When I grew up, they were like just little normal gas stations, but
Hmm.
they've marketed themselves into like a mega. So they don't. Yeah, they're not everywhere.
Now they're like Costco gas stations, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, the
dude.
closest
Yeah.
Buc-ee's, we looked it up, it was like 2 or 3 hours away from us. We were almost gonna go.
It would have been on the closest one to you. Probably was the one like east of Austin.
Yeah,
Mega
I
Buckies.
think you're right. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Like if you went to the airport, it was close, but where you guys were, Leander is on the other side of town.
Yeah,
from
it was that is a complete opposite
Yeah.
direction of where we needed to go. Yeah.
Okay.
We thought about it.
I think I know which one DJ and Logan want. So I've
you
unlocked
do.
an option.
It's a showdown, dude.
I've unlocked an option where you can multiple.
Chat,
Here we go.
Oh,
chat. You know what to
Lock
do.
in.
Oh
You know
no!
what to do, chat. Lock in, chat.
I'm gonna stay out
Lock
of
in,
this.
chat.
Stay
No,
out
you
of this.
can't vote for yourself.
Lock in, chat.
He
Yes, I
just
can
voted
vote for myself.
Wow,
Chat.
that's a
Neutral.
popular vote, you guys.
The heck, dude.
I'm not surprised to see Lance go with 2. That's not surprising at all. Shout out to Miko, dude.
Pop up too.
Oh, these guys are a bunch of haters, dude.
I need
This
more
hot dog's pretty good,
twos.
so I voted hot
Jake,
dog. Sorry.
yes, sir, dude. Yes,
And I
sir.
can't kick.
Kevin, that does not count. You can't do a 1.5. Christian, thank you.
You guys can
Come on,
spam
boys.
that all you
Yeah,
want. and it
RJ.
should count.
RJ knows. RJ knows that I'm the Rochambeau champ and the hot dog champ.
Yeah.
Mitch,
we'll let
you're
this
fucking
go
up,
for-
Mitch. 3 is not even.
Here.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Dude, no, stop. Wait.
I thought about that.
Fair, Lance. Fair. I'm just saying,
Yeah, boost it.
Dow, have you ever posted a video of a kickflip on your Instagram account, or have you posted pictures of hot dogs on your Instagram account? There's your answer.
Hey, on my Instagram post, I did have a kickflip and a hot dog. And I tried to find the closest similarity to Manji as I could.
I could just send you a photo or his little sticker.
Yeah, I tried. The only picture that I had was like on the bottom of my GR Corolla wing, and it's like it was a blurry picture, so it wouldn't be nice. Anyway, I would have thought that this would have been a more popular vote. Apparently not.
This is pretty good, but it's no Portos.
For 60 people watching, there's only 20.
I think
votes.
everybody's trying to stay kind of neutral.
Yeah,
You know,
they're
we don't want to step on anybody's toes.
I mean,
Because
we're no
eventually we're gonna have
toes
to
be
see each
stuff.
other, right?
I guess we'll do this battle at Tokyo Drift to Death. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm not. I voted to break the tie.
Drift to death. So Kevin, we talked about like events and competition. Our hope is that Drift to Death becomes basically the antithesis, the counter to SDC.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't do a comp, if you're not a comp guy, you come to Drift to Death.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like when we did so our first collaboration with ReveD was kind of the concept of the RCO camp and then mixed with the ReveD master competition. And that was in Malaysia. What the feedback that we got after that is what we then took to the US, which was just simply ReveD RCO party.
Yeah.
And the comments that we got back were like, if this was a competition, I wouldn't have come.
Exactly.
And a lot of the people had come just to meet, to tune, to chit chat, to drive. You know, we did little tutorials or like little like comp scenario kind of things, but it wasn't like a formalized comp. It was just more of like an experience and passing knowledge and sharing information. And I think there's more of that needed as an event style.
Yeah.
Like what you're talking about with like Drift to Death, as opposed to like just, ladders and qualifying kind of thing.
So that's the whole reason I even went to that event, Kevin. It was just because it's like I want to gain knowledge basically, and also figure out if my car, how it stacks up to some of these better drivers, that I'm going to be competing against in a month.
Yeah.
So
there's a this or that for you. SDC Worlds or Drift to Death, dude.
Oh no.
Make that one multiple choice.
Yeah.
Both. Definitely add a both.
So yeah. No, it's good times. I mean, it's always fun, especially for like us coming into like new scenes and understanding.
Yeah.
Like that's how the ReveD US plate came about, was because it was just like, okay, we need to have a different formula for this style of track.
As someone who's a fan and a consumer of what these companies produce and enjoys watching what their drivers are doing in Japan and everywhere, like I would way rather be hanging out with those guys at just a chill event than at SDC, because SDC is everyone is super serious, like everyone's focused, everyone. I mean, obviously we do plenty of hanging out, right? But like, especially the international guys, they're traveling to do a comp. They're not going to come drink beers with us in the back of the van. So
yeah.
So it's definitely drift to death on that aspect for me.
Well, when you look at like if you take like RCDC, like literally you'll see the top drivers, they'll get on track, they may run like 3 or 4 laps. So like even trying to catch a lap with them is like next to impossible. Yeah. And then by the time they get back to the pit, like the car's on the table, there's a towel or a blanket over the car.
Yeah.
Even amongst the inner team stuff, like knowledge is not like, I would say, like openly shared. Everybody's in it first for themselves, and then then there's okay, I'll help you.
Yeah, exactly. There is no at Drift to Death. There is no team. There is no hiding. There is all it is just everyone.
It's getting laps and hey, here, drive my car, let me drive yours. Like that's it. Let's go grab a beer, whatever. Like it's nothing but just fun.
Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, that's what makes Drift special.
Yeah,
is that we're not trying to like slash each other's throats and fight for like a tenth of a second.
It goes back to what I said. The core of RC Drift is that you have to have other people.
Yeah, we just get to hang out and hang out with our buddies. That's it.
You don't have a hobby unless there's other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
72 hours of straight drifting is a lot.
Yeah,
and it's not even just. Well, are you talking about Drift to Death? Or are you talking?
Yeah.
No, that's the other standout is that you show up and you can drive whenever you want.
It doesn't close. We open Friday morning, we close Sunday night. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't close. We're there all the time. Yeah.
No. At some point, like especially when it comes to like tuning, like I stop because like I become dysfunctional.
No, yeah. Brain stop work. Brain stop work.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, 3-4 a.m. You're like, I should not be driving right now.
And that's when you know you're in the zone. That's when you're in the right spot. Now we're all we're thinking about is trying to drive the car. Who cares what the camber is, dude?
Yeah,
I can barely stand up. Dude.
I'm just trying to get this thing around the track.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy. Hey, let's move over to some roasting here because
let's do it.
Get roasted.
We've got some kaijus that we
everybody posted their kaijus. That's funny.
Oh shit. Let's see what version they're on.
Kevin's gonna roast his own chassis, dude. I love it.
I want to ask you, Kevin, first. Out of all the kaiju combos you've seen, what's your favorite combo for kaiju?
Favorite combo? I will say there's 2. So there's the one that Matsu helped me with. So that's like a Kaiju MC3 full RDX out, and it has some small differences between the MC3 chassis and the Kaiju, but it's a very, very, very dialed in, well set up. The other one that is more of a combination would be, I'm still a huge fan of the DDSS front end. That's still probably ultimately one of my favorite front ends. And then the rear end, so on my car, that's set up with a prototype with a MC1 with a rear active toe setup on it. So like it's DDS front, MC1 rear active toe, slipper clutch, GRK tuned. And that car, GRK tuned, meaning that it uses more of when I say GRK tuned, it uses more of a soft spring setup, and like the front spring is actually compressed at static. So like it's a soft spring, so it sits compressed, and that allows the car when you throttle to really shift all the weight back. Oh, and because it's using a Kaiju plate, we move the MC1 gearbox rearward like an RD2. So that combination is real special because like on an RD2, once you get above a certain boost and turbo point, it actually cams the wheel and it actually squats the car. But if you combine that to a rear active toe setup, basically you have rear active toe on command, meaning that I can always squat the car and I can always activate the rear active toe. So it's no longer this kind of like what if situation in chase. It's very consistent. And then the slipper clutch just maintains it all because it doesn't let the turbo over rotate and lose the squat, that kind of thing. So that would be like, I would say that's kind of like my Joker car. Like it's like a all purpose. It does everything on every track. Yeah. It's like the autopilot.
Cool.
And then the other one is like the ultra hyper aggressive, like I want to eat whatever's in front of me car.
Yeah. It's just fun. I've enjoyed seeing like all the different combinations that people have done. I mean, we talked about it when you first were releasing the Kaiju, like it's giving people finally the freedom to do what they want.
Yeah.
We should have, by the time this SDC comes out, we should have the GRK done. It's just the GRK keeps evolving, so we keep having to drill more holes into the Kaiju. But
just chill out for a bit.
I have a it's a overdose GOM with the triple wiper setup. I actually found a setup on the triple wiper that I liked, and then paired with the GRK5R. Which that posed a lot of like challenges because the GR5, like the 5R, has like a different deck height. Like they have to like space it with compared to like the GS2 or the Evo or the. They just need to like settle down and just like keep it one chassis for me for a second.
So we got entries from Baco. So black is Baco, purple's Michael, red is Alex.
So I think I remember these guys.
ReveD situation with the DDSS.
So Baco is like RD2 or SD.
Oh yeah.
Baco, if you're still on here, hello. He was in the chat earlier.
High motor works. The flex setup, like the key thing that I'm looking for is like the flex configurations. So he's running the stiffer rear set, which works really good on like high grip. Yeah. So what we realized with like when we put the MC3 on the Kaiju, like it produced so much front grip, especially in this like one high speed corner at Yachio. Like it's like a real high speed section and then goes into like a really tight hairpin. Like the chassis would flex so much that when it unwound, all of a sudden like it dumped all of this grip on the rear end and the car would just understeer. And so being able to the fix was that front plate, that aluminum front plate. It's like it doesn't allow the front to twist as much, and then so it kept everything more in a happy balance, should we say? Yeah.
Oh, two of them have it. What's going on with those rear magnets on the black car and the red car? Oh, the red car has them on the front too. It's like
it's probably just like a little cup for the body to like kind of sit. It's like a little guide,
like a catch.
Yeah. I think it's just a 3D printed piece.
3D printed.
Yeah, you put your magnet in it, and the other one just sits right in it.
I think having.
Go ahead, Adam.
It's a double-edged sword though, because like if you're bare magnet to magnet, like you get your maximum grip force there, right? So if you don't have your magnets adhered properly to your body,
spacing is a big deal with magnets. I really like my setup, which you can't really get. I mean, hit me up if you want to. I actually have like 7 or 8 sets, but the R Design magnets.
That's the final stock of them.
What I do, I have the final warehouse of it. But what I do is I run the R Design in the front, which is 2 ball magnets on the front, and the female end of the body is big cups. So the front, they come down, and you have a big cup around the magnet. In the rear, I just use I use the R Design magnet part, so it's a ball, but then it's a traditional like countersink magnet on the rear. So the rear can pop off and it goes back on. All like it's been the best magnet setup I've ever used.
Kevin actually turned me on to like just using steel ball ends and then having them sink into the magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that too. That's kind of cool.
I think some level of like physical containment is really good, but then you want at least, I think you should like he's done, keep one end just kind of free floating because you don't need it. Like the front will align the rear or the vice versa.
So I think this is the magnetic pogo mount, the reverse side of that. So this is cool because it's actually integrated. Like, it's just not on like a random part of the chassis. I like that.
One of the fun parts of like Kaiju, like I don't know, the chassis, like the one that camper van that I talked about, you can actually just like build like mounts to like sit things between the rail. So I have a spare, I think it's a Furotech ESC, the Gen 1 with the little screen and the rollerball, but it had no like fan, right? So I took I mounted a fan to the bottom where the heatsink was, but then there was nowhere to like place it. So I just like sandwiched the fan between the two upper rails. That's how that ESC just sits in that car.
There you go. This is a high CG, high battery.
Yeah. That's the good part. I mean, Kaiju's whole concept was you build what you want.
Yeah.
And the chassis will adapt to it, will allow it. We've got a pretty good range, but I think one of the things that's going to come out in like this next phase, I call it like a RDX like 1.5, like we've redesigned the rear mount and the battery holder, just more for like a stiffer comp setup.
I mean, mine barely has any flex to it. Although you said that mine was like it was second to the stiffest as current.
Yes, I do remember that.
So there's still
so with
more.
there's like one step up. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just fill the upper deck with like full of standoffs. It'll be super stiff.
Yeah, I kind of did that. I'm missing the side mount is what I'm missing.
The side mount is actually like one flex down versus like the T-bar in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I run my setup. I run the mid brace to allow just a little bit of twist. They're clean setups though, cleaner than my car. To be fair, mine's always in like a state of prototype something.
I think that's cool that you're able to do that, be able to make the changes that you need.
Having that flexibility is nice. The fun one is getting the requests from the team. Everybody, like Ryan. I'm sure everybody's seen Ryan's green Kaiju by now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That thing is cool.
But Ryan is scheduled for like later this month on a Saturday. It's going to be another Saturday episode.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
you working that day?
Me and Logan talked about it. I mean, I usually work at like 1, so I might be able to squeeze it in.
I can jump in too. I don't mind. I like to chat with Ryan.
What day are we doing that again?
Saturday. Same time as Josh was.
Well, you're right. This like what day?
It's like the 20. I asked you about it.
I know you did, but it's not on my calendar yet.
Well, I'm not looking.
Here's how our calendar works, because Logan has the calendar, except...
Well, no, so Saturday stuff is not going to be on that calendar.
You still have the calendar. Anyway,
What day is it though, Logan?
I don't know. I have no idea. 28.
Okay.
Oh, this month?
March?
Yes.
Yeah, never mind.
Jake, never mind.
Yeah. Well, Judd and I are trying to go to Canada, or I don't know. I'm trying to go.
Yeah,
to Canada.
that's the LP Cup, right?
Yeah. Judd's on the fence, so I don't know. I'm trying to go LP comp it up.
Well, I'm not doing that because I don't have an LP. So
exactly. Yeah. Do you have an LP, Kevin?
No, I've got being I guess like shop owner / RCO, like it's either like RCO chassis that are in development or it's a whole bunch of like a rental fleet that I've got to maintain.
Yeah, I get it. I didn't have one for the longest time because I was like, I don't need another chassis that I'm not gonna drive. But then Judd had 2, and our friends up in Canada make a bunch of parts for him, and they built it. And I was like, and Judd owed me some money, and so I was like, Let me get that.
Joe, that's great. Justin is asking, is there going to be a thicker sway bar for the RDX?
Is there going to be a thicker sway bar of the RDX?
Thicker than 1.2?
I'm just going to say question mark.
I'm gonna say just buy some spring steel and make one yourself.
I'll hint that the new mod that's in testing has to do with sway bar.
Front sway bar.
No, rear sway bar. Rear sway bar.
Ah,
So this one is an easy roast for me, Adam.
yeah, easy roast.
Well, first of all, Team PDX, get roasted.
Yeah, lower your body, lower the back of it.
Lower the whole thing. Second, look what is going on with Chris's wing. That is terrible. I hate that.
This stuff.
That
thing's
drives
way
me
Too
crazy.
big.
That's the Shibata wing, but it's like way angled.
Well, why is it on the back of the trunk?
Well, does that
That's
body
the
have like
only-
a built-in wing? Like
That's the only place you can put it, but also like it's just angled so far.
It looks terrible.
No. See, you guys aren't in Asia. We have light systems, so we run the wings as far back as possible and as wide as allowed because the wing is what trips our lights.
Yeah. No, I get that, but it just looks
The car can
stupid
be
because it has a spoiler
zone.
on it. So it's at a ridiculous angle. The
Function
end plates
over
should be
form.
level, is what I say.
Also, and I'm not gonna say it. We'll move on.
shout out RCO.
What's going on with the exposure? The light.
Okay, what
lighting?
is that?
Sick.
Is that Jeremy's? Is that an E30?
No, that's a S13. That's a Pandora S13.
It was Marcos88 in chat. How about this?
Oh, I
fantasy
remember
front.
seeing this fantasy.
Fantasy front end.
Oh, Kaiju Fantasy front end. That's fun.
Oh, cool.
So, I guess it could bring me to this. I think Logan, you asked like what's like the cool or what was like one of the most like interesting chassis or cooler chassis that he's seen.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most like interesting one, like or like thrown together like random?
This would have to be up there.
Sort
I
of
feel
part.
like. I love the 30 mil tires on like 24 mil wheels.
They're hanging off the wrong side.
Oh jeez.
It's a way to make the aero discs flush.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Gotta
I
catch
mean,
the
a
air.
fantasy front with the OD rear is kind of wild.
That is different. That is.
Actually, yeah, this might top it. Yeah,
Yeah.
this answers that question.
Gom trans.
Look at that
Wow.
angle, though. I love that.
And high CG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Damn.
Yep, this literally is that question I just asked.
Yeah, this is the answer to that.
It's pretty
Oh,
All
cool.
right,
wait,
never
is that
mind.
also-
You don't even have to
is that
answer,
rear-
Kevin.
Is that rear active toe?
No.
Zoom in?
Oh,
Maybe.
There's a link. There's a
Yeah.
link on that.
yeah. What
Yeah,
It's,
there
it's
is.
either.
is that? The Team AD one? That might be.
What the heck?
I'm really impressed by the Team AD reactive knuckle setup. I
Yeah,
put one
yeah.
on a. What was it?
It says yes.
MFT MRX,
Yes,
and
it
it
is.
worked
It's sick.
beautifully.
Yeah, Adam has those. I like those a lot.
I have mine on.
And that's a very nice,
backwards.
clean design.
Yeah, those are
Hey,
cool.
for
The
purpose.
battery, I've never seen that before. I'll tell you that.
You've never seen a high-mounted battery?
A high mount battery that far. Well, never mind.
No,
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty standard. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like LTS standard.
I'll tell you, I was thinking because it's cropped, I was like, that battery's behind the rear of the car.
I thought too. I was like, wait, no.
It's like you put your battery on a wheelie bar. What the fuck?
yeah.
Anybody remember? I think it was on a GRK where they had the battery like standing up, like at an angle back.
Yeah,
Oh, but isn't that like
we
the
saw one of those
GRK
last
thing?
week. I think.
It's like what do they call that?
Is it UK Works?
Yeah, it's UK Works, but it's a specific name for that chassis. I forget.
Is it like
What
the Barbara thing?
No, it's
No.
like damn it. Someone's got to pop in here and tell me the name of that.
As someone who's struggling with angle right now, I really like the pick of that front end. The fantasy
Yeah, we
front
know
end.
it's UK Works, but there's a magazine style battery. I think is what it's called.
Mm.
Mm.
Ultimate?
That's what I've heard people say. What is this? This is cool.
That right there is a buggy.
Dang, dude. Yeah. This is the crossover, dude.
Dude, could you
That's the
imagine
cross track
buggies
right
with
there,
nerds?
Dude, that is the best LTS, man.
Yeah, I think it looks
Is
pretty
that a
sweet
Kaiju?
actually.
That thing is lifted. No, that's
This
just
is
like
not a
Yeah.
Kaiju.
Whitey too.
I'm gonna say, like, how did they do that?
Kaiju LTS, dude.
Dude, imagine having nerds on that.
They're doing the RER like upside down electronic stuff.
Oh.
It always
Yeah.
interests me when
Yeah,
they do
if you want it to like roll, that's the way to do it. Just get all the way
high, yeah.
Yeah. Even like the RDX LTS chassis is the same way. DMR inspired. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Adam
makes the RDX.
Can we do one more of this or that?
Yeah.
The one I put in.
I love that body though. That body is
that one's like my world issue right now.
That is sick.
Okay. You might need to explain it is the thing.
I will.
Actually, Kevin will have a heyday with this one too.
Yeah, I think it's a good one because those are. So I'll just start explaining it. So my this or that is basically when you're tuning a chassis, like a new chassis, and you're trying to optimize the way it drives. The this or that is basically low scrub radius or high steering angle. So if you've messed with a chassis, you know that to achieve the maximum steering angle, often you have to sacrifice your scrub radius.
So the answer to that one is why the MC3 exists.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious. Like, I think for me, I know what my answer is, but do you sacrifice your scrub radius to get the angle, or do you not?
So the angle component will be specific to the track. So if the track requires a higher angle, then the higher angle will take priority. If it doesn't, then by default, we always go for low scrub. But I can say with the MC3, like that front end, it's pretty much as low scrub before you actually cross over to the positive. I can't remember the positive or the negative side. And then we're still able to get, like, even with doesn't matter if it's with the RDX knuckles or the G-Buster knuckles, we're able to get like 87 to like 88 degree front angle. So that's when I think there was a comment that I made on Facebook somewhere that the devil in the details on the MC3, it's actually like in like 0.1, 0.2 millimeter changes. Like it was optimized to that degree. Like one of the reason why you see like the upper control arm the way it is, Matsu wanted to push any weight in front of the front axle backwards. That included the shock. That's the reason why that is designed the way it is. The RDX was like the first variation of that, and the MC3 is just a more extreme version of that. And if you look at the MC3, it actually has 2 holes for the shock placement. But what a lot of people don't realize, if you take that shock mount, you can actually flip it. So there's actually 4 shock placements on the MC3, depending on which direction you flipped it. So yeah, you can have both, but I would say track specific first, and that's generally how I like kind of approach like different competitions. We'll look at the track and see what are the point zones, where the judges really concentrating, where they focus on, where do I need that stability, where do I need to be that like ultra like aggressive high risk kind of area, where can I maximize those points, and then we will focus all of the tuning there, and then the rest of the track is kind of like, you know, we'll care about it secondary, but those zones are where we focus first.
That's funny.
Can we get a definition of, because I'm pretty sure like we all know what scrub radius is, but how does that affect your car?
Okay, so scrub radius differs from front to rear. So scrub radius basically means, the easiest way to think about it, scrub radius is your wheel offset. But what it comes down to, it's your axis line, your axle line, between the top and the rear, the top and the lower ball joints. If you draw a line down to the contact patch of your tire vertically,
the distance.
Right? That distance is what you consider your scrub radius. So by increasing the offset, you're going to increase the scrub radius, and by running a lower offset, you will decrease the scrub radius. The effect is basically, that's how the car kind of like feels and grabs. And so lower scrub radiuses on the front generally give you more of a bite. And then on the rear, that's the reason, like a lot of people assume like the GA18 ReveD wheels are like Aero. That's actually not true. That was for looks, designs, and flex. But the principle on the G18 is the +4 offset. So it has a very low offset. And what that does is when you have a very low scrub on the rear, when you throttle, the car wants to push forward. The more that you move that scrub radius out, or you're running like larger offset, the car will want to rotate under throttle. And so the tuning philosophy that we have is we have different means or different methods to get the car to rotate and initiate, and that natively when I punch the throttle, I want the car to try to straighten as much as possible or focus on like corner exit.
Yeah. To be clear, this comes from purely a front end perspective.
Okay.
Like because of the relationship between your scrub radius and the amount of angle that you can achieve, right?
Correct.
If you have super low scrub radius, that's physically going to limit the amount of angle that you have. That's my like gambit is like, do you go high angle or do you push towards the low scrub radius?
Again, it just really depends. Like if the track is
nobody's
like
answering.
Okay, let's look at it two ways. If the track is say like let's take Super G's like big sweeper, right? Mm-hmm. And if the judges are asking for a higher angle component, I'm going to focus more on that higher angle because obviously running a lower angle on the front, my car is going to deficit that corner. If that is like the high criteria corner, versus like if I'm like on a smaller track, like say like a 30-foot by like 30 by 20 foot type track, where I've got smaller radius corners where I can fling the car into the corner, where I don't have to have the car drive through it so much. Then I can work more towards on the scrub side because that will give me more. It'll give me more speed.
I think this is more to just like a personal driving style question. Like if you were just setting up a car to drive how you wanted to drive, do you go big scrub radius for high angle, or do you go low scrub radius and perhaps lower angle?
I would say low scrub takes priority like always, and the answer to the high angle, I will cut my control arms if needed.
Yeah.
That was the secret sauce of last year's STC, right?
Yeah. That's what I really liked. If you looked at the Balois, the ball cups on that thing are insane because they're like a zigzag. That's really cool.
Well, if you look at like the new, like if you look at the MC3 new stuff as a whole, like the MC3 control arms is 1 bit, but then you look at the knuckles. The knuckles were changed to a +2 instead of the general +4, and so both the base of the knuckle and the axle was changed, and then the ball cup or the ball joint on that one, it's actually an angled one, but it's reversed. Mm-hmm. So it's not in the traditional like YD2 style. It's actually flipped the other way. So all of that was designed to give as much clearance. The one piece that is, we'll say, missing for the moment is the shock. So to get the full potential out of the MC3 front end, you have to run a shock setup that moves the spring retainer up. And so that allows, at full lock, it allows the turnbuckle to slide under it.
Yeah.
Even though only 5 people voted, I'm kind of shocked. I'm kind of surprised to see the results, but still, I mean, if you're just obviously I think all of our first inclination, if we're struggling with angle on a chassis, is to just start hacking away at stuff, clearancing where you need to.
Yeah,
I definitely do that. Thanks, Shane, for agreeing with me. No, I mean, I have like, I bought Tamiya like plastic files. All my rod ends on my steering are extremely modified. But
did you put those lower arms on, Logan?
Yeah, I tried the Y arms. They're like maxed out.
Yeah,
to get that width. So
I think Yokomo makes a longer little insert.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Might ask Ron.
I might have them.
That'll help. 'Cause you guys are gonna see each other before he goes to Arizona.
Yeah, totally.
Now, I recommend a nice tool called a Dremel.
Yeah, you're not gonna Dremel some aluminum lower arms though, buddy.
You think I don't have a Dremel?
Hold monitor.
just extend that chamfer out a little bit more, dude. Nobody will know. Then use a pen to color it in so it looks like it's perfect.
I think this is a hard this or that because like I don't think a lot of people are tuning for scrub radius.
I would say something.
Well,
I would say it's something of a relatively. Those that have been on the more technical side will know more about the scrub radius, but I think in the general masses, the low scrub radius is kind of like more of a newer idea.
Yeah.
Where I came from on this was I was trying to maximize the angle that I had on my new chassis, the MD3, and so it became a battle between. I could put more space between the knuckle and the wheel, and that allows me to open up my options as far as how much angle I can get before the wheel is touching pieces of the suspension, right? So it was like, okay, how much angle do I really want? How much scrub radius am I willing to deal with?
Wasn't that like?
I will add. There's two components to that, which is your position of your bell crank to the upper and lower control arm, and also your KPI. Those two will also have impacts on.
Yeah, totally.
So it's a very all-encompassing kind of question.
Yeah.
Hasn't Yokomo's like ball game the entire time been like high scrub? Because it's literally been like the knuckle and then an 8mm like hex.
Yeah.
Well, the same knuckle that they're using, that they're shipping with the MD3 is basically the same knuckle they've been using for a long time.
Since
Yeah,
the
and the upper, the mounts, the mounting points for the upper and lower links are in line. They're vertical. Versus a lot of other setups now that have an offset of some kind.
Yeah, they're generally. You're talking about the KPI, or are you talking about the displaced caster one? Are you looking at the knuckles like straight forward or from the side?
Yeah, from straight on the two mounting balls on the stock knuckles. KPI. Like if you extended the ball studs, they would form the same line.
Yeah. Yokomo always, the original ones were like 0 KPI, and then you started to see everybody start to like introduce a little bit of KPI, like 0.5 degree to 1 degree, and then even now I'm starting to see some of the newer knuckles come out. They're actually putting that trailing angle or that displaced caster onto their native builds now.
Yeah. So that's the other direction. Yeah.
It is that time, you guys. We made it.
I told you this one would be easy. It's Kevin, dude.
It is.
Yeah, that one quick.
Nah, it's always a good
talk
chat.
Forever
Always
with Kevin.
Well, we'll join you guys back hopefully from Dubai next time. We'll be in Thailand for a couple more days, unless they cancel the flights again. So.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being on the stream, Kevin. Do you have any shout outs that you want to give?
Just everybody stay friendly, keep sliding. We'll see you all soon.
Bring the crew to Drift to Death, Kevin.
Yeah.
When is it?
That'd be
August
sick.
7, 8, 9.
Yes.
Let me check, because like that's really close to when we're supposed to be in Canada.
That'd be sick.
Hey.
Yeah, August 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Let's see.
That'd be
like I know for Canada, Put will be with us. US RCO team will be flying in. I think Ryan might be flying in from UK for that one.
That'd be dope.
We'll see.
Stop.
Always.
So
although 72 hours of drifting is like daunting. Like the thought is daunting.
You don't have to stay there the whole time, but if you want, I'm just saying, if you want to be drifting, you can be. This is the biggest thing I hate about traveling is like, oh, we close at 10. And you're just like,
what?
But I traveled here.
Yeah. Noble, they'll be on the East Coast. Yeah, Elite.
Yeah,
Elite.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a bucket list place to go, Elite.
Just one last congratulations to Kevin for joining ReveD. That's really exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So,
Not me. You're the driver.
I know. Hey, you make a big part of the team, dude. So,
I'm behind the scenes. I'm behind the scenes.
Yeah. And those
You
people
guys
are very
one
important.
big happy family.
Behind the scenes, people are very important. So,
Yeah.
To
But
be
it's
honest,
like
I don't
it's-
really like any of the RevD drivers. I've met a lot of them, and they're just not cool. Like Adam and
especially the US team.
Miko and Jake and
That's
Albert,
crazy.
they're just all
Holy
not
cow.
cool.
J Bar.
Logan, you need to come hang out with the international team.
Yes.
Maybe they'll change my
Specifically-
mind.
Dude, just think
Oh,
of
the Southeast
the
team?
food that you'll eat. That's the special
Ooh,
part.
Yeah.
That's how you get me.
Anyways, wow. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. We'll be here next week with who do we got? Oh, Galen. We got Slide Factory. Galen and Josh.
Oh, nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Or, wait. I'm sorry. Wait. What is this, Logan? It's Galen's email. Oh, and co-guest, Josh and Joey.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Nice. Josh, Joey, Galen.
I know how to read. Apparently not.
That'll be
I don't know
good.
what you're talking about, but
Yeah,
yes.
thanks for doing that, Logan.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have them on next week. If you have any Slide Factory questions, throw them up in the chat. Topics and ideas, that's the place to put them.
Mr. Spicy is actually my favorite RevG driver out of all of them, dude.
His impact on RCDC was like profound.
I believe
Apparently.
it. I believe it.
He has a sweater.
Like no. RCDC is normally like this kind of like serious, like you have all the music playing and everything.
Suddenly
but,
it's
like the
very
crowd
loud.
is like, yeah, the crowd is normally very quiet, very polite Japanese culture, and then Adam was just like popping off left and right, and then we had like he influenced like the little kids, like the little like they were non-stop.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Jeez.
Dal said it best.
Living up to the stereotypes, dude.
Yes. Yeah. Typical New Jersey dude.
All right, you
Yeah.
guys. Thanks for tuning in. Kevin, hang out for a little bit, and then we will see you next week. Later.
Bye, guys.
Later, guys.
Matters.
Ciao.
Thanks for tuning